All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Dicks in Your Life podcast. I'm Joe Nuska. It's Eugene Dix. Today's date, February 26th. Eugene, how you doing today, buddy?
I think that's wrong.
No, it's February 26th.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fuck this month.
Dude, it flew by.
Other than Jacob's birthday, it's really shitty.
Not my birthday.
Yeah.
No. The month. It went that fast. His birthday's in January? No, your birthday's in February, correct?
My birthday's in November.
Oh, it was my birthday. Thanks.
No. Who you share the same birthday with?
His mom.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Why did I confuse that? I thought it was you and his mom.
See, remember last week when I was telling all the people that I shared birthdays with, and he was kind of like, shut the fuck up? Yeah, now who looks like a jackass?
You do, because I told you it was my mom. And you're like, usually it's like, oh, it's the only one that mattered. 2 days later, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot it.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, no, I think you texted me on my birthday, and then I said, hey, tell your mom I said happy birthday.
I don't think that happened.
No, I texted you happy birthday, and then a day later I was in the group chat talking about this, and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot me and your mom share the same birthday.
Fair enough. That's my apologies. That's my bad. All right. Well, you know.
Okay. All I was asking was it actually the day, and that was it, and I stumbled upon lots of wrong.
Yep, we were all wrong today. Birthdays are hard, man. That's why you got to be like an old lady and just carry around a little notebook, and then you just write down everybody's birthdays in it. I try to do that with my cell phone because I would like constantly like forget family members' birthdays.
What fucking old ladies do you know that do this?
My stepmom, Kathy.
It's one
ex-stepmom.
It's one lady. Which is this number 3 or 2?
2.
Okay.
The lady down the street as well. She like writes down.
Trump,
maybe not birthdays, but like.
Trumper?
Yeah, she had like a little notebook. She's like, "Do you mind if I get your name and email so I can contact you?"
Yeah, recruiting for the KKK meeting.
Just got my hood in. Size large. In charge. No?
Stop.
No KKK jokes?
Well,
it's not
jokes is fine. Not joking about your swearing in.
Obviously, I'm kidding. Like, I'm going to find a decent chapter in this area.
Okay. Yep. All right. And I'm the disliked one. It's not a big deal.
Building my following. I'll be the villain. Fuck it.
It's not a villain. Okay, villains are like
the
fun,
KKK is definitely a villain.
Like the Joker or
KKK.
No, those are that's evil. That's
is that like evil. That's like just shitting on the word villain too much? Like you're like that villain is reserved for like.
I would sign up to commit crimes with the Joker before I signed up to be a part of the KKK.
I feel like that's a partnership you would regret pretty soon after signing up. I'm not saying I would rather join the KKK, but I feel like the Joker would fuck you, man. He doesn't care about money.
Okay. Yep. My week was really good until this.
Damn. All right. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, it's just the date, and then oh my god, yeah, the KKK, man. It's a lot of KKK that you had to talk about. You a David Duke fan? Don't do it. Don't do it. I thought you were gonna roll with it. I was afraid.
No, I wasn't gonna double down.
Yeah. Did love what's his name?
Topher Grace.
Yeah, Topher Grace.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
He's pretty good at being a horrible hero.
He's pretty good at being a racist piece of shit.
It was awesome. It was cool to see foreplay.
It was almost like the whole time, like
he's a good actor.
That 70s show, it was all pent up. He was like fucking ready to go off on Wilder Valderrama at any minute.
It's like 20 years of pent, bro. Like chill.
Hey, it's finally, well, there you go. What way better to let it out than playing the Grand Duke of the...
I think he was letting out like how shitty it was to be Eddie Brock. Probably that.
That's probably what it was.
Okay, so yeah, okay, that's all well and good. Topher Grace, good job. And if you haven't seen that movie, check it out. It's a good movie.
Black Klansman.
I could have gotten to it. Jesus.
Oh, I didn't know if you were gonna say it or not.
No, I was. Yeah. Okay.
It's a really excellent movie, though.
Yeah, really. Fucking. We don't. I know that we are white. We don't need to sound that.
It's crazy. I think when I first watched it, it didn't click with me, or I think I didn't know that it was initially Denzel Washington's son, John Washington. But like, I think I started noticing because he kind of sounds like his dad, like little pieces of like his voice. I was like, why does this guy sound like John or Denzel Washington? So I just I Googled him, because I'm a deep Googler, and I was like, oh shit, that's his son. He also played for he played in the NFL for a little bit.
This is your attempt to try to come back from the KKK stuff.
No.
Yeah.
If I was gonna come back from I would have been like, oh yeah, no, I got black friends.
No.
That's what that would have been like.
Okay. So Joe, how was your week? And I don't mean, and don't over the top corny it. Like, just like, I don't want to hear the same drab. Like, oh yeah, no, baby, and like work. Oh, it's work. In my garage.
Yeah, no, I had a pretty good week. Me and Jacob went out with my lady Yvette and her friend and our neighbor Ryan for my birthday on Saturday after we filmed. It was a pretty good time. Jacob drank way too much and had to get cut off by the what do you call it? Is it a bartender at a brewery or
What the fuck? Okay.
Anyway, the server.
I don't know why.
So Jacob was ordering these drinks called Triple Dragons, which are like 10%, and he had 3 of them. So after the third one, Jacob's like, I think they were out. The guy was like, Jacob's like, can I get another Triple Dragon? He's like, no, there is no more. And he's just like, are you messing with me? He's like, oh no, like you drank it all. Like it's completely gone. The keg's kicked.
That's kind of fucked.
And then Jacob's like, well, what would you recommend after drinking that? And he was like, I don't know, maybe some water.
He might as well have just been like, yeah, you're a blue whale. You just fucking, you balened your mouth open and you fucking sucked it all down, bro. Okay?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I mean, there was only 3 of them.
That's what I'm saying. He made you feel like you drank the whole keg. That's a little malarkey.
That's who, yeah.
Yeah, he made me feel that way. And then it was like, oh, I think you should drink water. And I'm like,
I'll have a Pilsner.
yeah.
Yeah, the guy was kind of a dick. And then what else and then there was another point where they had, for some reason, they had some special where it was like, I think it was a Valentine's Day special. It's like some beer and it came with 2 cookies. And so I was like, yeah, I want some cookies. So I was like, hey man, let me get the beer with 2 cookies special for $10. And he's like, wait, we have that? That's a thing?
I hope everybody can notice at home that like Joe's like talking like he's doing like a class speech for the first time, like in front of everybody in 5th grade. I'm just gonna focus on a spot right there on the floor, and I'm gonna keep talking about my story. And man, Jacob was drinking. Hoo-hoo. Is that 15 minutes?
Not yet.
No, like.
Oh, and for like your presentation?
Yeah.
I was really bad at presentations in college at first, like really bad. Okay. But even though the server was kind of a dick. Oh, and then what else did he do, Jacob? When the other guy came over. Oh, so my neighbor Ryan showed up kind of late, and so when he showed up, he was like, "Hey, can I get a beer?" And they're like, "Oh no, we can't serve you unless you got a reservation." And then he was just like, "Well, can I buy like some of the cans to go?" And then once he got it, he was like, "Well, now can you pour it for me in a glass?"
Why did you geniuses not say that he was like part of your party?
I don't know. But anyway, so he bought like an 8-pack, and then the server poured it in a glass, which I guess he wasn't supposed to do. So he comes over, and then we're like, "Oh, what are you drinking?" He's like, "Triple Dragon," and Jacob's just like, "What the fuck? They told me they were out." He's like, "Oh no, I bought like a 6 or an 8-pack of it." So then like the server was there, and then he like awkwardly like just started like talking to the other servers, like, "Yo, you weren't supposed to do that." And then like they had this like awkward conversation in front of us, like, should we cut him off? Like, should we take it away? Like, I don't know. It was just weird.
Yeah.
It was also weird considering the fact that they didn't tell us, oh, we're doing last call. Can we get you guys another drink? I like asked like, oh, can we get another round? And they're like, oh no, like we already did last call. I was like, well, no one told us. Like
this sounds like the tales of 2 people that were drinking too much and they didn't tell you for a reason. It's a good thing. I'm like dying laughing because I was passed out like 2 weeks.
But we really didn't. I mean, we weren't being like obnoxious or anything. Like we were being really like chill. I mean,
that's the thing. I understand if you're a loud table causing a scene, very disruptive. All right, cut them off, slow down. We were quiet, talking amongst ourselves.
Eating our pizza.
Didn't ask for absurd requests. We're just normal patrons hanging out.
Are we going to tell the audience about the knives, or we're just going to keep that secret?
So at one point, me and Jacob did take out our knives and play with our knives, but like, come on, man! Like, this is America. You can't take out your knives anymore and like play with your knife.
Maybe not in Southern California. Maybe not at a brewery.
It's by SpaceX. It's fine.
Stop doing that.
What?
Stop using that as a landmark for everything. I hate it. By SpaceX, everything's cool. By SpaceX, they're fucking making shuttles. Okay?
It's Elon, man. I was like, go talk to Elon. He knows me. Not really. But yeah, maybe that was it. Maybe it was us playing with knives. But even so.
But they just handled it very poorly all the way around. Because even the last call thing, instead of being like, I'm really sorry, like, we were supposed to tell you last call, but for some reason we missed your table. That never happened. Instead, 2 servers had a conversation 2 feet to my left about me as if I wasn't there. And like, oh, so what do we do? Like, do we just not serve them? Like, how do I tell them that it's last call and we can't serve them? And it's like, dude, I'm sitting right here. I can hear you.
Literally said that
say,
too. You're like, I can hear you guys, right?
And it's just like,
Did they try to, like, while you were like playing with your knives, did they try to like hit on like Yvette and Kim and fail? They could have gotten butthurt.
I don't think so.
Well, it sounds like you wouldn't have known about pretty much anything.
We definitely wouldn't
other
have.
than the knives and the fact that you.
I don't even because like I don't even know
it was
how the
just
knives.
a Crocodile Dundee bit. That's
yeah,
not
we were
a
just like
knife.
fooling around. Yeah, exactly.
No, nobody's doing that quiet. Okay, I'm just telling you, nobody's doing that fucking bit.
It was
I'm not
restrained.
saying no. I'm not saying I've made way more scenes than I'm sure either of you could ever do. I agree with that. What I'm saying is that there's no one in the history of no one who has done or seen that movie and then had the opportunity to do that bit and done it at like, hey, that's not a knife. This is a knife.
That's exactly
That's how we
how
did
I
it.
feel I did it.
It was like
because
very-
I was the one who said it. Because he pulled out his knife, and then me being me, I pulled out my knife, and I was like, "That's not a knife."
This is a
And
knife.
like it, I turned to him, so no one saw. It was just me and him, very close together. And then I did it, and then I put it away.
I'm not mad. I wish I
And
was
then,
there.
like,
I'm telling you, okay, a lot more people knew and a lot more people heard than you think. I'm
like-
not mad. These people are pricks, and I want to go there and make a scene. But everything that you're saying to me screams everyone saw. And your confusion over being able to say server or bartender is already like this story
It's
is.
server
I know, but it's been really hard.
because it's definitely not brew tender.
Okay, well,
No,
so
but it sucks because it's a good brewery. I do like it. They have good beer, but that was shitty
can't,
service.
can't ever go again.
I'll probably go again because when COVID's over, they usually have cornhole, and that's always fun.
We could do that. We could set that up here, bro.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that? We should like play cornhole here sometime.
Never mind. Off track. Never mind.
No,
Okay.
I love cornhole. The game. Come on.
I feel like a lot of people out here don't like call it that because I brought that up at like bars. I'm like, oh, you want to play cornhole? They got a cornhole thing like set about back, and they're like, what the fuck is that? Like
We call it like bag toss or some weird
Like beanbag toss or something?
Yeah, so it's like lame names out here.
Well, they just say what it is,
Right.
and then instead of us, which we like little bottles of alcohol, nips.
Nips.
Those are nips.
Beanbag toss?
I know
Cornhole.
some people out here know what that is, kind of, but like for the majority of the time, I've like brought up like, oh, like I was like, yeah, back in the day, you getting shitted on nips, a sleeve of nips, and they're like, what is a nip? And I'm like the little onesies, and they're like, oh, what, like the airplane size? I'm like, that's how you fucking say it every time you like want. Oh, kind of an airplane size piece of alcohol? Like, fuck you.
Makes you sound like an airplane alcoholic.
I mean, growing up out here, I've always heard them referred to as airplane bottles.
Really?
'Cause
That's so weird.
If you order a Jack and Coke on a
that's
plane,
what
they
you
give
get.
you that and a can of Coke.
But like nips is just so much like it just flows off the mouth.
But do you know why it's called nip? I've lived in New England my entire life. I've bought nips for 1,000 alcoholics, and I've never been given the same story.
I don't
ever.
know either. Yeah, you could tell me like anything.
Some person the other day was like, "Oh, it's because it's like a nipple." I'm like, "What nipple, bro? Like,
whose
what
nipple looks like
stretched
that?
out? What stretched out? Like fucking like shoot? No, like I don't know. Those are the nipples Ron White's talking about in his special with his like fucking like old mom or somebody like or old biker chick when she has to roll them up.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen any nipples that look like a tiny little bottle of Smirnoff. But
So yeah,
What?
why did we bagel up the word Smirnoff?
what do you mean?
You just said Smirnoff.
That's how you say it.
It's Smirnoff. It's not schmear. Schmear is you put on cream cheese.
I don't know.
I mean, you put on bagels. Fuck
you put it. You put schmear on cream cheese. I don't know. That's just the way I say it. Smirnoff.
That's you do. Oh
Yeah.
man, you have bad friends.
If I was like a politician and I released like a dirty ad, I'd be running a smear campaign.
Okay. Okay. So yeah. So other than that one day, which is your whole week story, because now you don't get any more time. It's over.
Fuck. I didn't even get into my actual birthday.
Yeah.
I had some interesting stuff happen on my birthday.
Fine. Real quick, and I mean quick. I will shut you the fuck off. Okay.
So while I was out for dinner,
See, it's already long. Too long already.
while I was out for my birthday dinner, I get an
Made it
alert.
longer.
Shut the fuck up. I get an alert on my Ring camera, and I see my neighbor, my crackhead neighbor, Will, sitting on the wall where my camera is, slowly inching closer, and then basically trying to act like, trying to play it off. And then he goes to touch it, and I was like ready because as soon as he touched it, I was gonna be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Luckily, Ryan, my neighbor, was pretty much already on top of it and was like, "Dude, we can see you, right?"
Hey, Will, you know I can see you. My bad, fool.
So he got down all embarrassed and shit.
He was so mad. That was his birthday wish. He wanted.
I was like, I wanted to fucking go off on him and be like, hey,
Yeah,
dude.
because you're like fucking like 10 miles away.
That was in
Not afraid
Marina
of-
Del Rey.
Can't get
But
stabbed by a
so
demon.
then I called Ryan. I was like, yo, I was about to like tell his ass to like fuck off. And he's like, yeah, dude. Like as soon as I saw him with the silly string, and I was like, wait, what? So I reviewed camera more. So this motherfucker, he got a moped recently. So he just literally, you just hear him because he took like the the muffler off recently. So literally, you just hear it all around the neighborhood at all hours of the night into the day. So this dumb idiot at like 5 in like early evening pulls up on a moped, all suspicious like,
A moped from the Jetsons. Go ahead.
and casually walks over and then starts like looking around, and then like it's a Mission Impossible movie, takes a can of silly string and sprays the fucking camera to like, I don't know what the fuck he thought he was doing, like trying to obstruct the view.
That's what he thought he was doing.
It lasted for a whole like 2 seconds, and then so he like gets back on the moped, goes back down the street, and then comes around the little like cut in our the side of our apartment building, and then that's when he tried to sneak in. That's where I pretty much saw the video of him touching the camera. So yeah, I'm like dealing with like some really top tier criminals here.
I watched that 1,000 times. I'm still very confused as to what he was covering that for. Because
Yeah,
I still don't even know. All I saw him do was
Spray it?
come back on his moped, stop it, try to spray it, and then get back on his moped. It wasn't. He didn't even like do any thievery. It was just like
I believe that was the setup. I think he
Yeah,
was trying to cover the camera and then come back around, not in camera view,
Right.
and the camera goes missing like an hour later.
But yeah, but he has to know the walk up to the camera. You were already on camera.
Yeah, but he's also like a crackhead, so you're making like a perfectly sound argument, but like for him, that's probably like he's probably like,
Don't TV channel.
oh
this
shit,
on.
B, if I just go up and like fucking spray it with like
Ew.
silly string from Walmart, like
6 o'clock news, Joe, right there, all day. Like you're making very sound and valid points. Like okay, fucking Trisha Takanawa, like ugh.
what?
She's a reporter.
I know who it is, but like it's a fictional reporter first of all, and there was so many other like reporters. You could have called me Tom Selleck.
He's an actor.
I would have preferred. No, fuck, hang on.
He's an actor.
Who am I thinking of with the mustache?
Magnum PI? That's Tom Selleck.
Geraldo? Geraldo Rivera?
Definitely not her. Fuck that dude.
He's the mustache.
No, there's another guy.
No.
Yeah,
That's who you're thinking of, and I
from
know
the Bruce
it.
Almighty movie.
That's also an actor.
Remember he like Walter Cronkite.
Walter Cronkite's not in Bruce Almighty.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
I can promise you now. He jokingly does his voice because
He's not
Jim
in it,
McCary.
but like he references it, and then he has like, "I'm not the way the cookie crumbles" with his comb.
Cover his ass.
Not trying to cover shit, man.
What I did was fine, and you just got mad because you were mad that you were compared to Trish Takanawa. That was it.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was my week. Nothing else interesting happened after that. That was the peak.
You're putting somebody in a new home.
I am. Oh, yeah.
Isn't that what's happening with that fucking guy?
Yeah. No, I
Don't
mean,
say his fucking name.
I'm not gonna blow up his spot, but I put people in homes all the time. It just ain't nothing to me at this point. But I will say I have like this one borrower, super sweet lady, but for some reason her voicemail, like instead of just having like a normal voicemail, like "Hi, you've reached so and so," it's her laughing, and it literally like sounds like you just like it goes like voicemail, just like "You've reached so and so, leave a message," dude. Every time I hear that, it kind of freaks me out because I'm like, I feel like this lady's like secretly, I don't know, a female Joker.
Could have just said Joker. We got you as a lady before.
Or a Joker, whatever. No, but then you would have thought like maybe like a
Nope.
trickster or I don't know.
Oh, you would have said trickster.
Yeah, she's a trickster. But anyway, so yeah, I put some people in some houses. What's up? And,
Well, you haven't yet. They still need to like finalize and sign. Like I was here. Like it's
No,
not-
he consummated the loan. Oh, I know he's gonna consummate it on
Thank
Monday.
you. I don't work here or work for this company, but I know better what's going on with the final contract agreements.
Thank you.
Hey, Eugene, can you help me get a mortgage?
Maybe. I've had like 20 minutes of listening to this, so I figure I can do what Joe does. Tell them, hey, can you just wait a second while I call somebody that knows what they're doing?
That doesn't happen all the time. A dude was asking stupid questions.
Yeah. Hey, so fucking helper lady, he just wants to know how much he's supposed to pay. What's he supposed to pay? Oh, okay. So just tell him what he's supposed to pay. Okay. Sorry, I keep calling you about
You're
this.
oversimplifying it.
Do you remember that one time you had a difficult type of patient client, and he basically told you that you're useless?
Yeah.
So this happens to be
Yeah, but that was like back when I first started.
This guy liked Joe a lot, and you could tell that Joe's built up a nice relationship with him over the fact that he's probably had to talk to him 1,000 times to answer basic questions.
Yep.
But
there's still things like I just don't like.
well, no, you want to say the right thing.
I don't want to tell the guy, be like,
I love this, so I don't want to keep talking about it because it's just boring. Like you're doing your job good.
thank you, man. Appreciate it.
I don't know. I'm glad you can pay rent, but I really don't care.
Oh, all right. Well,
It's not a bad thing. It's
yeah, no, I love being able to pay rent. It's great.
boring ass shit.
All right. Well, let's move on. How was your week, buddy?
I don't know. It's pretty boring, but that shit was really ruthless to have to listen to.
Well, fucking.
I can't believe you. Again, I'm good. I pull off. The
I didn't bring it up.
Okay, Negative Nancy, just shut it down real quick. Let me just tell the story.
All right, let me shut it down.
No, I love you. You turn on, and you're actually a good guy, so it like resonates. Because like, even though sometimes people be like, "Oh, this guy just like sounds so like nice, it's kind of bullshit," but like, you really are, and that's great. And I'm really good at that too. And I have to like, I turn on the voice. Like, I have employees all the time. They're like, I just listen to you like swear and like fucking bug out in the fridge, and then you go out there and answer the phone, and it's the funniest shit I've ever heard. And I'm like, yeah. That's what happened. She's like, yeah, but then sometimes you don't do that. Like, you're nice for a second, but then when people like are rude or ask dumb questions, you are pretty intensely rude, like right back. And I'm like, yep. Like this lady again. It's always the same shit. Like she came in on her phone talking to some fucking friend of hers about fucking somebody and some story about, I don't know, she's cheating on her husband or something. Good.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, well, but
She just walked in. She's like, so yeah, I was like cheating on Bill last week.
Okay, whatever. But she's on her phone, and it's not important. I can tell nobody's dying. No, it's not intense shit. It's not work related. And she keeps pacing back and forth, and I'm like dying laughing. I'm like, this lady just wants me to go over and be like, hey, can I help you? While she like continues to talk on the phone, and then just looks at me like, yeah, this, and like more of it. And I'm like, yeah, okay, so keep talking. She's there for like literally 5 to 10 minutes, and a million customers have gone and passed and left. And she eventually stops and takes her like phone up. She's like, "Can I like have some service?" And I was like, "Yeah, you can end that phone call too." Like,
oh, you said that to her directly?
yeah,
Nice.
she does this all the time, and she goes, "Well, I'm gonna have to call you back." And she's like, "I just don't understand why you've seen me here. I don't understand why you can't just help me. I just need 2 things." And I'm like, "Miss, we have masks on, so I'm not going to do the whole read your lips thing, okay? I just want you to, like, get off the phone for 5 seconds. Tell me you need some chicken. I know what you want. You need 2 pounds of chicken and you need some bacon, right?" And she's like, "Well, yeah, I was thinking about getting crab cakes, too." I'm like, yeah, of course, you're thinking about getting crab cakes, too. Oh, cool. Fucking, and she's like, "Yeah, well, yes, that, and then I want a flank steak." And I was like, yeah, she's full of shit. She just want a flank steak. She's trying to prove a point. She's so smart. I didn't know everything. Oh, cool. The lipo didn't work. You're sagging. Like, chill. She wasn't, but fuck her. Yeah. And no, but at the end, it's so funny because as soon as she's walking away, another customer comes up and they're like, she's like, "I hope you asked Eugene and just like to just do whatever he does because he's like great at everything. Like he knows exactly like what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to cook it. Like, isn't he awesome? Like I come here every day because the service is just great." And she just looks so heated and like storms off. And then tried to walk out because she was so angry. And like our new like employee, this guy, I won't say his name. His name's Andre. He was like, "Oh, no,
it's not Andre, but
it is.
Oh, it is Andre.
Yeah."
I thought we were using code words. I thought you were trying to say like he's like an Andre from the league.
Okay. So Andre, as nice as he can, he's like, "Oh, miss, did you pay for that?" And she's like, "Oh my gosh, are you new here?" And he was like, "Oh, okay, Eugene." And I was like, fucking motherfucking Manhattan Beach motherfuckers. The only reason she shouted and said that, he's wearing a fucking grow shirt for Christ's sake. And yeah, he's just hanging out behind the register. That's what he does. He's fucking a weirdo that we gave a t-shirt to and he likes to hang out. The only reason she did that is because he happens to be like a person of color. Mm-hmm. And she like, stops and she got like shocked. And I was like, "No, he just want you to steal." Sorry. She was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I forgot to pay." And she was like, "I just had a really like bad experience." And Andre like came over after and was dying. He's like, "That's like the first person I've ever like heard come over and talk about you in like a bad way." I'm like, "Nah, that lady doesn't like me. She hasn't liked me since I started. She's never gonna like me. She keeps coming back. I don't give a shit." And he was like, yeah, like he's like, so she really got scared that I was gonna rob her. I was like, oh no, she was sure you were gonna rob her, 100%. She was like, braids, robbery. And he just started dying laughing. I was like, dude, I'm telling you, I always got your back. Like he's had multiple like people do this, like where they have been like really shady and not nice to him. And I've come over and been like, yes, sir. Andre knows like way more about the produce section than I ever will. Like, just let him help you out. He's like, oh yeah, I just wasn't sure. I'm like, you weren't sure about what? And he was like, oh no, it's fine. Yeah, just point me in the right direction. And Andre just looks at me and just was like, these fucking people. And just started smiling and laughing. And I told our boss tried to have him not wear his South Central hat, and it's in that print for like a parental advisory. And they were like, "Oh, it's a nice hat." Like, yeah. And you could tell they wanted to say something. And I was like, "I know." I was just telling Andre. I was like, "Somebody else is wearing hats. Pretty pumped about it, right, Kathy?" And she was like, "Yeah."
Are you guys not supposed to wear hats, like your own personal?
No,
hats?
they're white, and it says South Central, fucking Los Angeles. Okay.
No, I'm saying like it's like if you came in with like a New York Yankees cap. Like, would they be like...
I come in with a Boston Red Sox cap every day.
That's what I was wondering. Like, you wear your hat there, so...
Do you understand what I'm making the point about? They were uncomfortable because it's a largely African-American populated area that has, like, a fucking, tendencies to be violent.
I get that, but what I was... Is it, like, faux pas to wear a hat in general that doesn't say grow on it? Or, like, are they cool with hats?
Nobody's ever given me a fucking grow hat, and I've worn this every day.
Okay, that's what I was checking on.
I wore a hat that said, fuck your mother, once.
Damn, and they let you get away with it.
It was in Spanish. Nobody knew. No, I didn't wear
Puta
that.
Madre.
Sad that that's like the only
sounded
shit you know.
Sounded really
You gotta
Italian.
Start learning, man. They're gonna start shitting on you, okay? And you're not.
They already do. They already do, man.
They should, because that's not even how you say
I know.
that.
I fooled him. Luckily, Jacob was on top of it. How does it go, Jacob? I feel like I know it off the top of my head. I just can't remember.
No,
It's Yeah. No. Tell me.
No. He's always allowed to talk. It's not you.
Oh, fuck you.
Chinga tu madre.
Chinga tu madre. There we go.
Okay, let's just stop while we're kind of ahead. Yeah, you're still alive, right?
I'm very much alive and kicking.
Okay.
Not kicking, but I'm alive.
No, it's just.
You ever notice that? Like people say, like, "Oh, I'm alive and kicking," like, but they're not kicking. Like they're not like, what are you, a fucking MMA fighter over here, like throwing some calf kicks? Dustin Poirier.
Most people get it. Most people get what they're saying. They don't think they're actually kicking.
Yeah, no, it's just kind of a funny saying. It's one of those many funny sayings.
Go ahead, Joe. Give me another.
Shit, that was the only one I could think
Real
of.
quick, before we go on to what I want to talk about. No,
that's. I can't think of any more.
Another anecdote. Another fun little.
Coming up with nothing.
Pushing up daisies.
See, that makes sense because technically,
No, that's just another one.
But that one actually makes sense because, like, as you like die, like obviously, like eventually, like daisies do get pushed up. Like,
do they?
If daisies grow there, yeah.
Fucking.
Because that one's more practical.
You can't give me like one more, just one, not one thing.
Not with this amount of pressure, no.
It's not pressure. Nothing's gonna happen if you don't.
There are literally thousands of people who are gonna watch this, and no, so I can't. So go ahead and get on to what you wanted to talk about.
Okay. Jesus Christ. So really, like in the sports world, realistically, the only thing like I can think of now, and it sucks because like there's plenty of stuff that I'm sure I could talk about, but it's like not even close to is like newsworthy and stuff. But like I'm glad Tiger Woods is alive.
Yeah.
That's that was fucking like crazy. I was in the middle of work and like a bunch like I was like 2 customers that I know that like love to fill me in on everything in their life and anything that they think like they've seen Tiger Woods at Riviera because they go there, and so they were like, dude, this is important, like this like hit the family. Like we were panicking, and I was like, oh, what? And they're like, yeah, he got a car accident, rolled over a hill, should have been dead.
Damn.
And I was like, oh man, it's so funny like how a couple of pictures with his son, and I love Tiger, and I think he got crucified a little bit much. Like nobody gets on their plumber if they cheat on their wife and says you can't plumb here anymore. Okay, like you still let him plumb. You're just like, oh well, don't leave him around like my wife. And that's it. But so I love Tiger, but a few pictures with him and his son, and him being a little less like intensely competitive, like a young person that he was when he was, and now everybody's like forgotten that they were miserable and horrible and cruel to him, and everybody's we're not even thinking about golf. We're just happy that they didn't they didn't lose a father. Okay, and again, like I'm super pumped that he's like all right, and yeah, if he plays golf again, that'll be cool. But like, obviously, you're alive, and that's awesome.
That's all that matters.
But it was just so funny, like the plethora of people that like ran and jumped out, like that were definitely on the same news channels, like just crucifying this guy. Like, can you imagine somebody just like tearing through the fabric of marriage like that? Like, how many countless times? You know why? Because he was Tiger Woods. You're butthurt because you're just Tim, and no one wants to screw you.
Yeah, Tim.
Okay, that's why. Like, he's a scumbag. I can't believe he did that. You can't believe because you've never had the opportunity. People aren't just walking up to you in restaurants being like, I'd like to have sex with you, because you're just him. That's it. Okay? Okay, Chet. You're mad, like, in all these, like, I can't believe, like, it's just, like, I'm just so thankful I have a husband that wouldn't do that. Because your husband has no options. That's why he didn't cheat. It's nothing to do with you. People at the grocery store weren't trying to fuck him. Excuse my French. They weren't. Okay? You're good. Nobody wanted him in the first place, and you grabbed him, and you regret it now. That's it. So we're glad you're alive. But screw you people acting all fucking nice now. Like, you chastise this guy and made him like feel like some kind of leper. Okay?
He was just slanging a little puss, you know? Slanging a little D.
I was like mad that I swore a couple times, and then you like threw that. And, like,
That's not appropriate?
It's not that it's appropriate. It's really hard to say like vagina in any context and sound like
the P word's
okay,
way worse. I agree.
Don't like.
Oh, sorry. Well, now we're gonna. Okay.
Well, no, you said so.
Slanging some puss.
Well, yeah, well I know, but it's even like worse that you like dip down. And you're like the P word. Like they already know. Like,
puss.
Stop.
Okay. No, that dude definitely has bad luck when it comes to cars, though. I mean, the car accident.
Not okay. I mean, that's like I wish I had a drum. Like boom, that's funny, but like
Buick.
You could have waited like another week until he's like out of the hospital, maybe, or.
It's too soon. He's fine. He's gonna recover.
Who the fuck are you? Do you know that?
I assume so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't know shit.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying, like, he has bad luck.
He's got bad luck with cars.
I mean, it's almost getting to the point where he's more in the headlines for like incidents revolving like shit happening in cars than he is for like his golf play.
Hold up.
As of late.
Hold on. Not revolving, involving.
I said revolving?
Revolving
cars.
My bad.
Involving cars. Revolving around cars. There we go. See? Can make it work. Yeah.
Okay. Good. You want to touch on some other fun stuff in sports? The sports world, the sports landscape?
Yeah, I'm like super bored now. Sundays, I don't know what to do with myself. There's no football. I don't watch any other sports. There's a fucking really good UFC fight coming up next week. Got, who's it? Oh, Stipe Miocic and Francis Ngannou for the heavyweight title.
Yeah, words today.
Amanda Nunes and Megan Anderson for... I don't even know which.
You know the categories on Jeopardy you would not be good at. Words and birds.
Yeah, words and birds. No,
okay,
don't do it.
Not for 300. Not for nothing.
And you got Peter Yan and
okay.
Aljamain Sterling. Dude, that's so people. So you got 3 title fights on one card.
People. The only one I knew out of all those people was the firefighter guy.
Stipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's badass.
Yep, fights fires.
And he's fighting this like big ass Nigerian dude who fucking like his last 5 fights total have like. I think all together are like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. He just like fucking knocks people out. But this is he's already been beat by Stipe, so we'll see what happens.
And I'm not saying you were saying this with any context of like fucking like trying to be racial, but it's so funny that all people, everybody, when they're like talking about anything in sports, I feel like it's like even if it's like an Olympic event, you always have to lead with like the country they're from unless they play like a team sport.
But see, it's like I do get what you're saying, but it's like it is like a big like Kamaru Usman. Like, his nickname's the Nigerian Nightmare. Like,
yeah, well, no, okay, so I would get that. And I'm not saying I don't get why you said he's Nigerian. I just think it's, like, funny because, like, I don't go through my list of, like, when I turn on, like, Man U, I'm not like, man, look at that fucking, like, Ivorian Coast center back.
I get what you're saying, yeah. Obviously, it's like...
just sit next to that Swede.
That Swede. Whenever you say, like, that Swede, or, like, Swede, it just sounds super, like... just sounds like a slur. You fucking Swede.
So we're now okay. So we went from KKK to you defending like white people.
Huh?
For me saying a slur about.
No. I'm just saying. Doesn't it like when you throw around the word Swede?
Not until now. Didn't feel.
It does sound like kind of insensitive.
Swede?
You fucking Swede.
See you.
It sounds like a slur.
When you add vigor like that, it sounds bad. That's what words are. That's why I get mad at people who get angry at words.
Words.
It's how you deliver it. Like, you're like, I'm a happy cunt. Like,
that's not bad.
Don't get.
It was nice on the ears.
Okay, so UFC,
yeah,
all these people nobody knew.
And there's even more than that, dude.
I know, you don't even keep going, though.
Even some of the prelim fights, dude, it could be on the main card.
Yeah, I know.
Prelim stoked.
Get so mad about prelim fights. I was here for like 10 hours because of prelim fucking fights. I got to watch a fight that fucking super butthurt about. What an idiot.
But yeah, that's about all in this like sports world, dude. It's like kind of quiet now. NFL free agency.
Well, no, I thought you were gonna talk about like fucking like Carson Wentz, like fucking like.
Yeah, I mean he went to the Colts. It's kind of funny that well he was a rookie last year. Michael Pittman, he's number 11. So when they got there, they was like, oh, is Carson gonna get like number 11 now? And he's like, no, I'm fucking keeping my number. So he's not about to get thrown to all season, which sucks because I drafted him in my fantasy league last year, which is keeper league.
I don't know if that is gonna be the case.
Probably not because he's like a pretty talented receiver. He'll probably throw to him, but.
Well, that's not the reason. It's the reason is that Carson Wentz is like, if he needs to perform here, and if he doesn't, like, good luck getting another job somewhere else.
Yeah, but he was a one-time MVP in the talks for MVP. You know, he's got some weight to his name. Not really, but
no, he doesn't. He has no weight. He plays in the second shittiest division in football.
Yeah.
He had one good year and then he got hurt and then a backup won the Super Bowl and then he came back and like pretty much like ran his mouth in a stupid way, getting all butthurt about people not like fucking liking him, like and being like, oh, you know, it just feels like I'm just not the one with a quarterback. And then what'd you do? Nothing since then.
No, he was pretty bad. But no, I think he'll be good with the Colts. He's got like talent like up the ass with that like roster. Good coach. He's got his old coach back. Frank Reich.
Go ahead. Name me this talent.
Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. Hilton's old. He's tiny.
He's still T.Y. Hilton. Could still fucking... as long as he stays healthy. Who's they got there for tight ends? They got fucking...
There you go. Good job.
Mo Alley Cox. They got like one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. Quentin Nelson. They've got like a fucking really good roster, dude. Like he's fine now. He's in a way better situation than he was in Philadelphia.
Yeah, playing shitty
and a way healthier like franchise in general because they don't have whatever his name is, Howie. My brother like fucking hates the Philadelphia Eagles general manager, or not general manager, owner. Sorry.
Your family's all about like fucking just like specific fucking people.
Yeah, that's what we do. But yeah. So I wanted to ask you: do you see the football team? They signed your boy Taylor Heineke to two-year extension.
Yeah, I know.
So is he going to be
Nope, I hope not.
You don't hope? You hope not? You were stoked on him in that Bucks game.
Yes, because it was.
He was like he probably had the best game like throughout the entire postseason for a quarterback against like the Buccaneers defense.
Yeah, no, he did, and that's great because nobody had film on him, and he did a job that backups are supposed to do, and that's great. He is a 6 foot tall. Sorry to have to say it, white dude with like yes, he's athletic.
I mean, so is Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson's okay.
He might as well be white.
Don't do that. Don't do that because I love even though it annoyed
I like
me,
Russell Wilson. But.
It annoyed me to listen to his press conferences, but I know he's not going to come to the Washington football team because I don't want to get rid of any of our defensive talent to get him. But Taylor Heineke again. Yes, I love that game. It made me so happy, and I was like, touche, dude. Like, yeah, but like, no, like. As soon as we re-signed him, I got like super not nervous because I get it, like our options are slim right now and we don't want to get rid of any defensive talent. And I love that Ron Rivera has out loud said that because there's been talks about trades for like the big guys like Deshaun Watson or something like that. And like he's been like, I'm not gonna package like even like a Montez Sweat for this. Like, but what? Okay, Taylor Heineke, yeah. But then I went on social media and like again, I hate having to do that because I'm not trying. But he's like barely better than that wheelchair toting like congressman in like fucking North Carolina, like that 19-year-old kid like that has had to backtrack and like say like, oh yeah, sorry, I was all wrong on all that stuff and like I'm an idiot. I still hate people that like don't look like me, but like, whoops, you guys elected me though, so I'll be here for at least another like 12 months.
He was like that.
What do you mean?
Taylor Heineke? I didn't know he was like.
Dude, go on his social media. He's like terrifyingly like, and there's like, again, like his teammates like him, and like a lot of like his teammates that are like minorities have like talked about like, you know, he's a good guy, but like he has said some like incredibly shady shit on like fucking the internet that like like I get people make mistakes. Like Josh Allen, like fucking like when he was like a child, like living in an all white place, like said things on social media that they loved. They brought up like fucking like 5 years later when he's in the NFL, and they're like chastising him. And he's like, yeah, I was an idiot and I was a kid from an all white place, and I'm sorry I said that. Every white kid from an all white place can fucking say that they've been like saying that bullshit.
I can say that.
Yeah, well, I'm well aware.
So then who's is it gonna be Kyle Allen? Who's gonna be your guy's starting quarterback this season?
No, we don't need to waste any more time on this. I hope for some reason Trey Lance or whatever his name is from North Dakota State drops far enough in the draft we can get him, and he can learn under Alex Smith for a year.
There you go.
Because again, like we're all young on defense and we have some talent on offense, so we'll be good for a little while. But
I just hate I just want Alex Smith to retire. Like it's such a good story.
Yeah.
But like I cringe every time like I see him like even like just stand.
Yeah, I appreciate this. We're gonna get off the NFL.
All right.
Again, I don't know. It's
just not feeling it.
So
if I get like super into football, like
sucks now.
Like not American football in the next week, and I come back like fucking Manchester United, fucking Juventus, like
that was fun. You should say that again.
It's Juventus, right?
It's Juventus.
Juventus. All right.
Stop saying Jew. Juventus.
Oh, Juventus.
Okay, it's close enough.
All
okay,
right.
It's good. Whatever.
We'll talk some soccer next week.
Whatever. Okay.
I'll do some
we got a
research.
big match against Chelsea, and we're gonna fucking wipe the floor with them. Like, welcome to London. Fuck you. No, the thing I wanted to talk about, because I want Jacob to be getting involved, and he's going to lead the way on this. We are doing a what did you watch this week? I knew it. I was waiting.
Yeah, as soon as you started repeating yourself, you should have known that ringtone horn was coming.
Before you do exactly what you're about to do, Jacob, what did you watch this week?
On Hulu, there's the New York Times Presents. This is a 6-series like docu-series. Each episode's different. The last one was about Britney Spears. It's called Framing Britney Spears. That was really good. I watched that. I also watched the one right before that, episode 5. It was called The Kid Who Hacked Twitter, and that was really interesting, and I suggest you guys watching that. The one before that episode was about the fires in Australia. Super sad, super devastating, but it was amazing watching the resiliency of these people and watching what they went through, because living here in California, we go through wildfires pretty much every year. They get bad, but I've never seen anything that bad. So, I mean, it's definitely a bit of a more emotional tearjerker, but I definitely recommend checking those out.
I don't know why you just did it like that. It's so uncomfortable.
Because I was trying to like not have it like just
Made it
loud.
Weird. Made it weird.
But no, I think I know what you're talking about. Sorry, I think I know what you're talking about. I do remember seeing that.
Okay.
Because I really don't go to Hulu that much, because there's really not that much good stuff on Hulu.
Yes, there is.
Like what?
There's plenty of like good movies that you wouldn't think like
Give
that
me
aren't
one.
on that aren't. For a month and a half, they had the entire Bourne series on Hulu before they switched it to HBO, and then HBO doesn't have it anymore.
But like I've seen the Bourne movies once. That's enough.
I don't. Okay, so I don't agree with that.
I'm not gonna go back and watch the Bourne movies. Is that like an unpopular opinion? And both of you got like kind of like salty on that. I saw. I just yeah, I like them. Like past like past Bourne Supremacy, I'm good. Like Bourne Ultimatum was all right.
Okay,
the one with Jeremy Renner sucked.
Okay, yeah, I don't count that one with the trilogy I'm talking about. Okay, tell me a brief synopsis, and I say brief because I will cut you off because you're too long. A brief synopsis of the Bourne Identity.
Dude washes up on shore, forgets who he is. Turns out he was part of some governmental like program, and pretty much goes after the people that tried to like terminate him, and like uncovers a whole bunch of other shit.
Okay, he doesn't try to go after him in the Bourne Identity.
He goes after him, I guess. Like
no, he's just figuring out like fucking like who the fuck he is again, and it's a movie about him figuring that fucking shit out.
You make it sound like a coming of age novel. Like no, there's more to it than that.
Go.
I will say I fucking dislike those movies strongly because of all the camera work in that. I fucking hated it. That was where all the shaky cam started, where you can't tell what the fuck is going on. And
that's one of the reasons why it's a good film, because the scenes that the shaky camera you're bitching about is happening is because they're giving you the idea of what you would be seeing in those moments.
I don't need to see that. I need to see what's going on.
They're
like,
fucking.
Because then I remember like what James Bond movie was it where that they did that same shit? Was it It was the one after Casino Royale.
Skyfall?
No, not Skyfall. It was
Quantum
Spectrum.
of Solace.
Quantum of Solace. It was the same thing where I really like Casino Royale. Quantum of Solace, not so much, because they did those same like close, like up close shots with like the shaky cam, and you can't tell what the fuck's going on, and it really takes you out of it because you can't.
You really couldn't tell they're fighting.
You can tell what's going on, but dude, like I mean,
you need
there's something to like. I'm not watching it to be like I want to know what it's like to be in a fucking fight. Like I'm watching because like I want to see some cool like
I feel like
choreography and like stunt work.
You're the same person that complained about like the Matrix.
On this show I have complained about the Matrix.
So you need something in the middle. You're literally
no. Hang on. I like the movies. I'm just not crazy about like the way that the fucking action scenes were handled. Like good car chases, but the fucking the hand-to-hand combat was just like. I
honestly think that like the hand-to-hand combat in those films is some of the best hand-to-hand combat that you have.
Well, it's because you fucking like
my Uncle Jason was a special forces like fucking like dude, and he literally told me like that's as close as you can get to like real stuff that's going on,
which is cool. Like I don't have any. I'm not saying like it's a bad thing.
Hold on. That was. I gotta talk to Jake real quick. That was like half trickery, okay?
That's right, dude. That's what I was thinking when I looked at it.
This is the first time he's.
I don't think you realized
that was good, and I appreciate the time like reference, but like don't do it like that. That's some fucked up.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man.
I'm still looking at you because I don't play. Yeah. I'm not playing those games tonight.
Yeah. See. Yeah. No. Now it's really prominent.
You looked directly at it. So
I did. He can get his licks in after, or on the show. But yeah. All right. In total.
Okay, whatever. You didn't watch that this fucking week, so it's cool.
I didn't.
So the Britney Spears thing, I actually watched like the first call it episode or whatever the fuck, the first like part of it, like 20 minutes in, and then Alex came in, and I think she'd actually be interested, but at the time you could tell her face was like, we're putting on Modern Family, The Office, or you're gonna fucking like go outside, and so that's what we did. We watched Modern Family. And then
it's a good show.
How much have you seen?
I've seen like episodes here and there. It's nothing I would ever be like, let me go like watch all the Modern Family. But when I do, like the times I have, like it's been on, I've been like, oh yeah, this is actually kind of funny.
Okay, well, sorry, but I have to mention like your cunty neighbors are listening to some like B-box version of fucking Cypress Hill, so that's really cool.
Yeah, I don't know what they're listening to.
Annoying ass shit in their fucking Honda Beater.
Yeah,
but anyway, so what'd you watch this week?
Peacock's got all the Harry Potter movies, so I've been banging those out, and nice. I'm gonna watch WandaVision hopefully tonight.
Me too.
Maybe not, because it sounds like when I go home, I'm gonna. I don't know. I'm gonna end up having to pull shrimp out of my ass and cook a dish that I was supposed to cook 3 days ago. Apparently, nobody told me, but like I got like shootout because everybody was excited about my shrimp pasta with fucking spicy. I hate this shit. Spicy sausage. Cream.
Gumbo?
No, stop.
No, I'm trying to help.
Motherfucker, I'm like angry now. I'm angry.
That's really loud. Anyway, all right, so yeah.
Ew. Okay, so Joe's good.
Judas and the Black Messiah on HBO Max. Definitely check that out. It's a good movie.
Good, again, full 360. KKK to trying to make sure you understand.
Making up for it, you know? Be like, oh, but I like the movie.
Okay, what's your favorite type of fucking bidet cake?
Birthday. It's
no,
B-Day
real
cake.
quick. 1, 2, 3. Bidet cake.
Ice cream cake, but with like the little Oreo crumbles.
Not Oreo crumbles. I know what you're saying. The crumbles at the bottom. They're not Oreo.
Yeah, it is.
No, they're not.
Then what is it?
Fuck yourself.
Then what is it?
I don't know. I know it's not Oreo.
It's Oreo crumbles.
I agree. I hate that. That's what I would have said because you've told people lies.
Yeah, but you don't have an answer for it, so then you're just fucking. Then what is it, Eugene? It's Oreo.
I'm ruining your next.
Maybe it's not Oreo brand. Maybe it's not Nabisco.
Never mind. Okay, so go on Instagram. It's Dicks in Your Life. Okay, Dicks in Your Life. There's no others. Okay, you don't have to do like the underscores. Just type in Dicks. DIX space in your life, and it'll be there. The link tree, fucking oh man,
now
the sound change. The link tree will lead you to, if you want to use YouTube, which I please do, because you can see the full video and laugh at how many times Joe doesn't know what to say. And then subscribe, please. It's on Spotify. It's like hard on Spotify, so just go to YouTube. Okay, you can go to Spotify if you like Spotify, but go to YouTube. And it's on like something else. I feel like there's like 4 things on that link tree. I do this every time.
No, it's just pretty much we got Instagram, we got Spotify, we got YouTube.
Never mind. He named
Anchor. If you go to our Anchor, then we're on Google Podcasts. We're on a bunch of other sites as well.
Okay, see how he said it? No, pretty much you were right, but there's more things I could say. He could have just done that in the beginning. It's good to see you. It's fucking like we're gonna see you next week. Yeah, like Joe's gonna tell you the date. We're gonna get super excited. We're gonna talk about more exciting things. I'm gonna throw my child in a pool and like hope it works out and like. Yeah, no, that's what I should leave you on. Like, worry if I'm a good enough parent.
Assalamu alaikum.
Didn't even say it right. Okay. Sorry for everybody that actually is a part of that religious belief. I'm sorry. Have a good one, okay?
No regrets.
It's like, oh my God. Okay.
Is it over?
Hello. I'm not going to tell you the date because that doesn't matter. I'm Eugene. My last name is Dix. Yes. Grade school and high school were horrible. Okay? Yeah, kids are mean. And when you're not too smart and your comebacks are, at least I have one, and you're talking to a girl, it really doesn't hold any weight. That's not what I'm here to rant about or talk about or, like, again, don't sue me, Peter Griffin. It's not what grinds my gears today. I'm well aware that we don't have rights to that, so I'll give you a crisp high five. Just chill. You can't take anything from me anyway. I don't have any money. So, what I wanted to talk about today is my son is the best. He's the business. Not the best. I get it. Like, there's tons of people out there that have children, and they're probably doing a better job. But my son is the best that I can do, and he's awesome. Realistically, it's the best that Alex can do because I'm like here for flavor. Moral support. Like I like do jazz hands. Like if you're old, you remember Bring It On. Like these are not spirit fingers. These are spirit fingers, and these are gold. That's what I bring to like the parenting like equation, and like I lift him up and like make him feel like he's flying. It's an airplane. But I really do want to talk about him because Fred's awesome, and he's just becoming more of like an amazing, terrifying problem. Like every day, like again, like there's a million parenting books, and like I've read, like believe it or not, and I know Alex will not, but I read like 3 or 4 parenting books, and none of them ever. And I know everybody says this, but like they don't bring up like key things. Like if you're a regular person, like bring up that like every new day, like they are going to go out of their way to make sure that you can't sleep at night because every day is just more dangerous. Like I know some people are like, oh my God, no, like he was so calm. Like all his growing up, it was amazing. That person's lying because they want to sound like they've cracked a code. They're full of shit. Most of the time, that person's Esperanza is usually actually taken care of. It doesn't have to be Esperanza. It could be Hildy. Okay, like whatever. Like it depends on where you are. If you're in Massachusetts, it's some old white lady name like I don't know, Gertrude. I don't know. Is there any other fun like old white lady names that like you used to hear when you were a kid? They're all dead now, but like when you were a kid, like I don't have to be alone on this. You can shout it out. You're from New England. Like just real quick. You can even mouth it if you don't want to fuck up the sound.
I'm from New York.
The Northeast. Never mind. So
Technically not New England.
never mind. Okay, so whatever. Oh my God. Just he wants to be involved, but he can't even help me. Never mind.
I wanted to be in the New England club, but when I asked to be welcomed, I was told I'm from New York and that's not part of New England.
Never mind. Okay, so Fred's awesome, but again, every day it's like every day it's just a new thing that we have to make dangerous. Like he loves to climb, but he's figured out like, oh, it hurts when I hit like the hardwood floor, like when I jump from like the couch like arm like to the bed, and like if I don't make it, it hurts. So he's like dragged all of our pillows off of the bed and like positioned them in between that gap, which wasn't good enough. And then he started pushing the couch further away. So he's just like, I want to just make it. Like I want to live on the edge. And I'm like, God, this is why she's like so mad at me all the time. Cause like he looks like her, but like she has sense. Those genes aren't from her. Like that's me. Like, I mean, I don't know. She knew beforehand. Like, I can't do anything now. It's over. But he's awesome. I've realized as a parent, little things that like it makes me laugh because I used to get mad at like other parents that would like get ticked off about stuff like this. But like when like people that I know have like met or talked to me about my son like multiple occasions and have reconfirmed like, oh, how's your baby boy? And then they come up like, and they're like, oh yeah, you have a daughter. I'm like, no, I don't want to talk to you anymore. We're good. And like, you shouldn't probably overreact like that because they have their own lives and probably children that they're like dealing with. But like, I don't care. Like, you have come up to me and been like, how's your son on multiple occasions? And then they do it with this like snarky like voice too. They're like, oh, it's your daughter, right? How's she doing? And I'm like, she's not alive. Which always like throws people off because they immediately think they've made a mistake. And like, I've had a huge accident in my family and like I've had a child died. And I let that fester for a little bit because I want them to feel the guilt. No, it's not that bad. Like I didn't have a child die, but like you don't know anything. And so now I think you should go home and think about what you're doing. I don't know. Again, it's the little things, okay? Like having a kid like you, it's awesome because they're amazing and they're like this like little piece of you that you like hope to not let be you because you know that like I'm not the best. You have an opportunity to take all the good things, very few, but the good things from me and your mom, tons of good things, and you can make your way. But like, how do you toe that line without fiddling too much? Because man, like he didn't get like the shortest end of the stick. Like I'm awesome. Like I sing songs, I make him laugh. Like but like he hasn't taken the best interest in Star Wars, and I'm starting to get like really bummed out. Like I understand he's only 2, but like dude, lightsabers, bro. Like you like lights, okay? Like you like colored things. Help me out, man. Because your mom, every time I put it on, and he's like, oh, he's not interested. And I'm like, he doesn't need to be. Just let him sit there and like take it in. And she's like, nah, it's not even real English in this movie. Like, what the fuck is a Neimoidian? Like, nobody knows what that is. Never mind a baby. It's like, well, that's your fault because when you're here with them, like for like 6 hours a day, you should talk about Neimoidians and how they're kind of like fucking up the whole bank market and the entire galaxy. Yeah, not the best thing. Hopefully she doesn't watch because I like to eat. And for all you, that's not because she just cooks every meal. She doesn't wear a poodle skirt. She's the boss. You should listen to this lady. She tells me every day. But yeah, no, and it's not just that about being a parent. And that's a very nice thing that I just brought up about getting pissy about. It's like everything. Like I try to be nice with like people I work with, and I see customers and I ask, oh, like how old is she? And like people still be like freaking out. Oh, my daughter? She just turned 2, and it's like, why the hesitation? Do you think that I'm gonna stop doing my job that I get paid for, getting you your meat and fish to like? I'm asking you about the age because like I have a specific number that I want to take home. Like I'm asking because I'm trying to like connect with you. Like, oh, I have a son that's the same age. That's awesome. I also want to offer your kid candy and take him home and make sure that like he doesn't know love. No, like I'm just asking a general question. There's a whole meat deli in between us too. Like I would have to run like 15 yards to the Rico and then skip around. And if you're not a good enough parent to like already block this, that's on you. Like, how old is your kid is not an immediate intent to like steal, sell, and sodomize. Like, why the panic? Don't fucking make faces like that. I just don't like the overreaction. Just trying to connect, okay? Just because I have a beard and like wear like a t-shirt because that's what I have to wear at work doesn't mean, yeah, you probably have more money than me, but like fuck yourself. Like, this is where you live. Like every time like you come in here and I hear like fucking No Doubt come on and it gets a little more dangerous than like your regular 80s music, I can see you cringe. No need to panic, okay? She just is singing nonsense. You don't have to worry. It's not too dangerous. This ain't tribal music. Just chill. Fucking Caitlyn. I don't know. That wasn't even good enough. I didn't like Caitlyn. I wanted it to be like more. Like Janice. And that's a real one. That's a real one. That's a real person. Janice. People be judging like other people for like making fun names like fucking Northwest, which is stupid because that's a direction on a map. Like, oh my God. Imagine she goes in, there's an old substitute like we all used to have in school, and they just skip that part of like attendance because they're like, yeah, some fucking reason they just put a direction on the map. Hey, they're gonna be absent every fucking day if you got like 95-year-old fucking like Ernie like taking attendance. It's like Johnny like Simpson, fucking this and that. Oh, somebody was just reading up on geocaching. Oh. And they're gonna skip her. Oh, and mind you, again, another thing I hate about fucking parents trying to bullshit and lie about their kids. She's not getting into Juilliard or whatever the fuck it is for like art. What's the art one? I don't know. There's a bunch of good art schools in like fucking New York and shit like that. She's never going there. The balls that people are perpetuating that a 7-year-old made that Bob Ross landscape. Get the fuck out of here. Okay? Get the fuck out of here. Please don't. Like, she didn't do that. Parents, just be happy with what like you got. They don't have to be fucking Monet or Rembrandt or fucking Tolstoy by the time they're 7 years old. Like, I know she didn't make that. That's not me being mad at her. She's a kid. Like, worry about... So, yeah. So, again, we're parents, okay? It's all great. Like, we're all parents. Poor parents, rich parents, we're all parents. We're rude parents on our phones. Fuck you. This is why we ask you to leave when we do this. Not a big deal. Really, I'm like rolling up this rant. I'm rolling up this rant with this last little piece of advice. Stop. The next time I see like a parent like with their child, like if they're like 15 or under, like when I see like your kid standing next to you, just not knowing like what love is, and you're on your phone like figuring out what the new hottest thing on what are those fucking dumb things that fucking like middle-aged people like to go on sites fucking no, I'm talking about like going to buy shit or like see things you can buy on sale. Offer up in that ilk. Fucking whatever. Like, get off your phone. Like, when you're sitting at a stoplight and the light is turned and it says you can walk, and I feel bad because the kid is paying attention and they're like ready to walk and the parent is on their phone, and then like the kid starts to walk and I see the parent like reach out real quick and stop them. Like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing? He's trying to fucking go home or to the park or wherever the fuck he wants to go. You're over here like, oh, I'm on Etsy. Like, I just found a fucking like set of fucking like things that some like lady who's like renamed herself Butterfly like made like some doilies that I need in my house for $45. You don't. You just want to steal that lady's idea and then ask your husband or wife who has the money to like incorporate that and make expensive doilies now. You're a liar. You're never gonna use those doilies. Fuck you, Kathleen. No, I know people I liked it, Kathleen. I'm trying to think of me. It can be a guy. Fucking guy. George. I don't know. Costanza. That's what I was thinking of. Don't be bad parents. Just, I don't know. Nobody wants to snatch your kids. They're just trying to ask you a question so you can get the fuck on. Okay. Oh, how old is he? Oh, it's good. It's 2. He should go home. He's probably needs a nap. Oh, you said 4? I wasn't listening. I don't like you. Last little bit in 5, 4. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to count myself down like that. Can't wait to see you next week. We are going to talk about something huge. I need somebody's advice because my fiance did not, she doesn't watch this, so we can talk about it. Send me some comments, okay? AKA Frederick, AKA my mother. What are we doing for her birthday? Nah, I'm just kidding. Don't give me advice. I'm not going to listen to it. I already fuck up enough. I don't need more heads. But it's good to see everybody. Joe's over here making me really angry. So have a good one. Enjoy your weekend. What? Fuck you.
Hey guys and girls, if you took the time to check us out today, make sure to check out all future episodes by following us on Instagram, where you can also find our link tree in our bio, where you'll be directed to our Spotify and YouTube page.
Oh man, I love how amazing you just did that. That was incredible. You'll be directed right to our page. And again, this is Dixon in your life. Thanks for watching. You heard all of the shenanigans he was just talking about. We're on Spotify, YouTube. You can subscribe on our page. It's Dicks in Your Life. You shouldn't have to search that long. There's not too many. And it's Dicks with an X.
Also, don't misspell it on Google.
You can listen to him interrupt me with dumb anecdotes for the rest of the time. Have a good one, guys.
Peace out.
Shut the fuck up.